welcome back in, and so sorry on our intro, we seem to have not hit the start streaming button this time. So one more time, we're going to do the real short version. My name is Isaac Rosenthal, joined tonight by former Duck Kieran Galuli, making his color commentary debut. And we look at this Western Washington roster. The first thing that's going to leap out, especially looking at the score sheet and the bench, is how short that bench is for them. Only 14 guys, including the goaltenders, on the score sheet tonight. So what do the Ducks have to do to stay focused?
You know, the biggest thing when you're playing a team with a short bench is to, stay focused on team play. It's so easy to get away from your normal game when you're playing a short bench, because in your mind as a player, you're thinking it's going to be easy for me to score goals. It's a points night. So as we get ready for the puck drop here, it's going to be really important for them to just stay focused as a team. So
underway now, and it's a bit of an energy unit for the Ducks to start out. We'll give you their starters real quick. It is Grayson Parks in net, Austin Poltz-Vorenberg, the deep pair, but then that offensive line to start out is Peyton Barkley, Isaiah Strategos, and Zach Schultz. And Western Washington, one other thing you'll want to keep an eye on, they have two guys that are in the top 50 nationally in points in the ACHA, both of them defensemen. They're starting deeper here, Andrew Gamble and Mark McDonald. So we'll keep an eye on that as Austin Poltz goes into the corner. Zach Schultz looks behind him and gets a stick to that. Now Peyton Barkley comes away with it. Try to flip it off the boards. That was an awkward bounce. Sky high, goes behind the net, and Poltz will collect it again. Thrown toward goal, but wide. And now Connor Rendell flips it for Strategos, so the Ducks in the middle of a change.
Great play there by Berg to take a hit to make a play. Coming out of the zone, it's always tough to hold on to it as long as you can, even though you're not even going to get hit. So good job by him.
And big collision there. Puck will score it all the way down. Now Harry Cass chasing it down. Just nice stick work there to get it across ice. Rendell trying to go through everybody himself, still manages to come away with the puck. Then he backhands it around for Andrew Lee, who's the Ducks' lone member of the top 50 club nationally right now. But this whole Lee, Rendell, Trevor shot line, just a ton of firepower there.
Yeah, talk about a stacked line. They are all individually phenomenal players, and seeing them work so well together is it's truly something to see. They just always know where they're at on the ice, and you can tell by looking at the score sheet, they are lighting it up for sure.
Well, it's great to see Trevor Schott back playing. He had a year off as a coach last year, and something about winning a conference title, he wanted to come back and play.
Yes, yeah, that'll do it to you. That's I can't imagine being on the bench. I know I actually had a couple conversations with him last year, and every time he was just always telling me about how much he wanted to be back out on the ice, and it's good to see him get one last year in for sure.
He is the program's all-time leading scorer by a lot. We can say that with confidence without having the actual records to back it up, just because he was so prolific. Especially in terms of points, always there to set teammates up too. Here's Fortney behind the net, but taken by Western Washington, poked. And Vikings behind their own net again. Now Hunter Boyven, 99% sure that number 15 for Western Washington, Hunter Boyven, a Klamath Falls native. I think he's a former Eugene General as well. He'll be familiar with this building. Ooh, there's a hit as he's pinned to the boards. Harry Cass jumps on the loose puck and then flips it forward for Austin Sharnholm. Look out, he's got a cannon fired high of the goal. Isaiah Strategos now moving around with the puck and still chasing it into the corner. And Strategos still doing work as that puck has flipped right up towards us.
That was some really good offensive pressure. It's always tough to stay in, and especially when the other team has the puck in the defensive zone, or in their defensive zone, to make sure they don't break it out. And he did a really good job of playing the body and making sure they couldn't get that breakout pass. So well done by him.
Austin Poltz, Payu, Morrison, the D pair. With that line that started the night, Schultz, Strategos, and Barkley out there for the Ducks. And get a whistle there. Might have shot it in offside.
I think so.
Western's got to get 5 guys out there. Tough enough with the short bench, but got to get the right number of players out. I would assume their lines are probably pretty jumbled up from what they were at the beginning of the season, so probably an understandable miscue.
It's an issue you have going on the road. We had it all the time my freshman year is you get used to playing on a line with everyone, you get that chemistry built up, and then you go on the road and it just takes one person to throw everything out of balance.
There's a hit. Going to be a penalty though.
Yeah, and on that one, just a second too early, I think, they're calling interference on that. So he didn't fully have control of the puck, and that's why they're calling him for it. But if it was just a second later, it would have been a really, really good hit.
So Duck penalty kill out there for the first time, and that puck takes a deflection trying to clear Andrew Lee and just goes out of play. We'll do another face-off. Only 5 seconds gone on the power play. Austin Poltz, far and away the Ducks penalty minute leader this year, although I think that mostly just comes from the fact that he's a top-pick defenseman that's just involved in the play all the time. He's also a big guy, and I think sometimes bigger players feel that when they hit smaller guys, it just ends up being a penalty.
Yeah, that's always tough, especially when you're taller and you're hitting shorter players. Your shoulder is oftentimes where their head's at, so it's very easy to get called for head contact and roughing for sure.
And Garrity made a cross-ice pass there to Harrison Casson. Chad Garrity, number 91 for the Ducks. Big, tall player. He was a forward last year. Spent a lot of time on defense this year and had that same kind of conversation with Riley Orr during the Long Beach State series that he's got a tough time taking penalties sometimes just because of that size, and he knocks down a smaller guy and the ref makes the call. But he can be a really effective defenseman. Shut down Eric Pinsky for Boise State. There's a chance for Western Washington. I think Pinsky had 1 point that whole series against the Ducks as Western Washington still trying to move the puck. McDonald wanted it at the point, big number 16. And there's a clear for the Ducks. 40 seconds left on the Poltz minor. So through the neutral zone, Western Washington. Another shot off and another save by Grayson Parks.
It's always good to see Berg out there on the penalty kill. He adds so much structure and support on the penalty kill. I know when I was out there playing, he was our top guy to have out there. Not only does he block shots, but he's really good at knowing his position on the ice. And as you can see now, he's getting in to the action.
And backhanded cleared there by Fortney. Kurt Fortney, another versatile player for the Ducks. Forward last year, spent some time on defense this season. McDonald with a shot off the post. Sniping for the corner there, and he found it, but just couldn't direct it in off the post, and the Ducks are back to even strength. Trying to find Austin Poltz there was Charnholm. And Charnholm gets it again. He takes a shot, trickling in, and the whistle blows. I think, to be fair, Western Washington's defense was going to jump on that puck, but it was in no way, shape, or form underneath the netminder when that whistle blew, trickling toward the goal line. That kind of play, though, that seems to be one that comes out in the wash over the course of the season. You're going to benefit from that, and you're going to have it happen against you.
Oh, yeah.
There's Harry Cass threw it at goal, but hit some skates. Boyven glued into the boards, and Andrew Lee pulls the puck back, sends it one-timer, scores!
Great look by, I believe it was Lee. Awesome cross-ice pass to find Rendell right in front of the net.
So 13:27 left officially in the opening period, and Connor Rendell gives the Ducks a 1-0 lead.
And that was that team play that I was talking about earlier at the start of the game. If they stick to that, they're going to be very successful tonight. It's finding plays like that open up that always lead to those goals. So.
And here's Lee on the puck again. Keeps it on his stick, circling all the way around. Now Western Washington came away with it. Vikings across the blue line, 2-on-1 if they hurry. The shot, the save from Parks.
And to Western Washington's credit, even though they do have a short bench, they are looking pretty strong here in the first period. It's been a pretty even game so far, and it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to that goal the Ducks just put up.
And Poltz will collect that one. Now forward and Fortney trying to move with it. Gets it back. A chance right in front. Backhander, but Nathan Lutz denied. Great chance for Lutz, but not able to put that one home. The other voice you're hearing tonight, that of former Duck Kieran Galuli. And Lutz, great pass, but Charnholm just couldn't knock it down. Good look, though, to try to find him. Back up to the point. And misplayed. Western Washington takes it away. They'll slam it off the boards and go for a line change. Definitely have to look for those chances to change when you've got a bench as short as they do. And here's a chance for the Ducks in transition. Peyton Barkley with Strategos moving to the net. Off his skates, I think, but certainly not a kick, but it went wide anyway. In the neutral zone, nifty little move there from Isaiah Strategos. Pulls that back and takes a shot, but it's blocked by the defenseman. Now played off the boards. Jack Garrity swats that one down. Just, though, went back into the neutral zone. Hard to clear the puck past number 91. And Garrity now again. Nice pass to space. The shot just wide from Harrison Cass, but that was a good look. And now Cass collects it in the Ducks zone. Skating by a few. And still on the puck is Harry Cass. Left now for Gearing. Sent across ice, no one there. Garrity digging for it. Someone for Western Washington has lost a helmet. Great flow. And backhanded up by Zach Schultz, just hit the crossbar. And that one gets by Garrity, who lost the wheel right in front of the bench. Loose puck, but immediately sent out into the corner. Thrown from the blue line and kicked away by Parks. Behind the net again, Garrity. Slides it across. Now off the boards, and everyone will chase. Western Washington will get there. For Boyven, sending it into the opposite corner. Now Sebastian Ulloa. And Ducks just trying to work this out, but good zone time here for Western Washington. Puck taken away, though, and there's a collision. Two big bodies come together with Ulloa, and 24 is Cameron Budnick of Western Washington, and we get a penalty coming up. Holding looks like the call.
Right before that play, Strada had a really nice hit on the boards there. It's always fun to see him out on the ice. He's a very, very physical player, and I can't imagine playing against him because, every time, it seems like every shift he has, he's making big hits. So it's good to see him back. I know he had a injury earlier in the season, so Ducks definitely missed him.
Yeah, he's a large man.
Yes, he is.
He's a large man. Vikings just trying to take every minute of time before that puck drops. Any extra rest they can buy themselves. Loose puck and had to be cleared out, but not very far. Another save from Parks, just keeps those leg pads down and kept the doors closed. Austin Poltz backhands that one. Top of the circle, now to the point. And at the blue line. Looking for the faceoff circle, but the pass a little too strong for Gamble. And that will escape the zone, so chance for the Ducks to get one fresh skater out there. Strata goes off and Fortney on. And that shot into the glove of Parks, he saw it the whole way with 8:53 left in the first period and 1:13 left on the penalty.
Parks, as usual, looking very strong in net. Every shot that's come at him, he stayed square to the puck, and his positioning's been flawless so far. It's done the team so much to have him in net, and as you can tell, he's staying strong through halfway through the first.
And there's a clear for Western Washington, or for the Ducks rather. Western Washington goes into their own end to chase it. A little bit of pressure from the Ducks. Two skaters up. And just offside goes Western Washington. To give a moment to the Western Washington traveling fan here who's got the Viking beard beanie on over there by the door. It's a good look. Always love to see visiting fans come out here.
It's commitment. It's definitely, do you know how long the drive is?
Bellingham's north of Seattle. I think that's where Western Washington is. I believe they're north of Seattle. So that's a long one.
Yes, especially with knowing the short bench and make that drive out. Yeah, definitely commitment.
Wrapped around now again, shot blocked. Something the Ducks do very well this year. One thing to have a good netminder, and boy do they, but they stop a lot of pucks from even ever getting to them. Good pass for Western Washington, great shooting opportunity, but I think that opportunity might have been a little bit too good and tried to get it too perfect, end up missing it, and the clear is basically going to kill off the rest of the penalty. Sebastian Rigo is standing in the box, and that'll do it. Back to 5 aside. Just escapes the stick, but might land right back on it for Western Washington. Connor Rendell, look out. It's the Rendell-Lee shot line. They get it across to Lee. Shooting and shrugged aside. Here's Lee again, but couldn't get a shot off, then tried to slide it for Trevor Schott before it's taken away by the Vikings. They'll gain the red line and just flip it in. Grayson Parks will set it down for Warrenberg. Now Rendell, and then flip forward for Lee. Lee shot Rendell. Here's Andrew Lee. Slid it across. No one got a stick down. Rendell. Back for Berg. Off the boards to Lee. Back across for Trevor Schott. Shooting, and that one nearly fluttered in after taking some kind of nasty deflection. Western Washington ends up on the puck, and skating all the way up ice with it was Andrew Gamble, the defenseman. Kurt Fortney will get to this one for the Ducks. In front for Trevor Schott, and redirects it towards net, but just couldn't quite knock it past the goaltender. 6:09 left officially in the first period.
It was a great heads-up play by Fortney. The entire time he was coming down the right side of the rink, his head was up and he was looking for that man crash in the net. It was a close shot by shot. They'll definitely look to keep making those plays to increase the score on this game.
Just kept in. McDonald knocked it down, right back for the Ducks, and then taken by Western Washington. Hunter Boyven lost it. Now Gamel slid it across. And Charnholm got a stick on that one. It deflects into that Western Washington bench with 5:43 officially left in the first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Ducks. Garrity with a shot and save made by the goaltender. Strategos, Schultz, Barkley, the offensive unit. Here's Jack Garrity. Tried to find somebody in the slot, taken by the Vikings. And they'll turn up ice. Shot save made by Parks and then kicked into the corner. McDonald slid that across. 16 in white. He's certainly one of their players to watch. And Harrison Cass will pin that against the boards. Then he flips it across. Finds a teammate with a little bit of space. It's Dom Estrada. And then tries to make a move. Good pressure. Estrada always looking for that hit. Just kept in by Gearing. Freitag, the other forward.
You know, it's so important to have that physical edge on your team, and Estrada really brings that, especially throughout the first period. And anytime the puck's gone in the corner and he's been on the ice, he's been there to pressure it just like he is now. And being on the other team when you have someone putting the pressure on like that, you definitely look over your shoulder twice, and it has a lot of effect on the way you play the game.
Nearly a chance for the Ducks there. Still maybe one as Warrenberg rips a shot. And again, I think there was a little net to shoot at there, but ended up going just wide. Berg will keep that in the zone and then flips it into the corner. Estrada will chase. There's a Dom Estrada play. Nice big hit. The Vikings go the other way with it. Parks knocks it down. The Ducks get a line change, as does Western Washington, so standing and waiting behind their own net were the Ducks. Andrew Lee crunched into the boards. Another one knocked down by the goaltender. 3:15 left first period. And now Rendell. Shot, but it goes wide. Trevor Schott backhands that one around to Poltz. Now Rendell will look for it. Schott finds it. Poltz with a shot, and what a glove save from Jake Holden for Western Washington. 2:54 left first period.
Really flashed the leather on that one. That was a beautiful save for sure.
He's looked pretty good. Faced a good amount of shots.
it's good to see even with Western Washington's short bench, they do have a backup goalie. I know I've made trips in my career where you only have one goalie, and it's always a very risky game to play because if that goalie gets injured for some reason, you're playing with 6 skaters on the ice, which is never fun.
Oh, that one sent across and again shot there, but puck just never found his stick. You mentioned one goalie. I don't know if Noah Rosenberg, the Ducks' former goalie, is listening, but anytime they would face an opponent that only had one goalie, he would point out that technically that's supposed to be a penalty on the other team to start the game. You're not supposed to only have one, but and Noah's going to correct me in the comments if I've gotten that wrong, but I believe that's the rule that he's cited.
It would make sense.
It's one of those you just start the game with a 5-on-4 and then we all forget about it.
Yep.
Every once in a while you'll see the refs call that for a puck going over or a player going over the halfway line during warm-up. I've seen that once or twice, but always just feel like it's a referee who's decided beforehand he's going to make that call.
It's a bad note to get off on with the players of both teams when you're that picky. Obviously, you want to set a tone as a referee to keep everything in check, but sometimes when you're too picky, it can backfire.
Charnholm shot scores! And when you got a guy like number 27 in the slot like that, it's tough news for a goaltender.
What a snipe. I mean, he could not have picked that corner any better. That was a beautiful, beautiful shot, head up the entire way.
So with 1:43 left in the period, the Ducks double the lead. And here's Charnholm again. Loose puck, but taken by Western Washington. I hope you guys can hear the PA announcements from Steven. He's really doing great work down there this year. He's also the Ducks anthem singer, which is a thing that in 10 years of following this program, we've never had a consistent person, and it's the same guy doing it on a paging mic. Think of what the principal has on his desk where you have to hold down the red button to say it. That's the kind of mic that is down there in the booth, and he sings on it. It's spectacular.
He did a great job. This is the first time I've heard him sing it, and for someone, penalty
that's
there.
A penalty. No, he does great work down there.
Yeah.
Everyone's got nicknames, and he sings. It's a wonderful thing. Ducks are going to the man advantage.
Confusion from their captain. I think if I saw the play correctly, the puck just went right through his feet a second before McDonald made contact with the Ducks player, and of course that's interference.
So the Ducks go to the power play, and it's a great Duck power play this year. The 49th and 50th penalty minute for Cam McDonald this year. Mark McDonald, excuse me. That is the leader of anyone on either team tonight. He's also one of those 30-point men, though, so 16 all over the score sheet for Western Washington. 24 seconds left in this opening period. Now Harrison Cass will skate through. Drops it back for himself. Takes a shot. It goes wide. Schultz gets that one for Rendell. Shot wide. 3 seconds left. That will do it for the first period of play. Ducks lead 2-0 after 20 minutes, and they'll start the second period on the power play. Before we go to break, you got any closing thoughts?
They looked really strong. One of the things I was talking about as we started out was concerned if they were going to, stick as that single unit as a team or go for that points night. And so far, they were making really good passes. They were connecting on a lot of plays, and both the goals we saw weren't breakaways or one man doing it all. It was passing plays. So I think if they keep that same momentum and the same strategy going through the second period, we're going to see a lot more goals tonight.
right, well, that will do it for the first period. We will be back with you for the second before too long. Thanks for sticking around. That felt like a long intermission, but we got the ice cut. Ready to play again. Ducks lead 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. What was the biggest thing you noticed in that first period?
I was very surprised to see how much pressure Western Washington was putting on the Ducks. Again, as we talked about with the short bench, you never know what exactly to expect, especially when they're coming into an arena that is not their own. And they were definitely putting on a lot of pressure. Also, on that note, though, the Ducks did look phenomenal, sticking as a team, and making those plays that weren't the individual effort. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they stick to that plan, and I really hope they do, because it will work very well for them.
Well, the Ducks are going to start the second period on the power play for up to 1 minute and 13 seconds. It's a power play unit from the Ducks that has been lethal this year. They move the puck around. They're patient with it, which is always, for me, that's the most important word for a power play unit is are you just hurried? Are you rushed? Are you all over the place? Or are you structured? Are you organized? Are you patient? And the Ducks definitely meet that checkbox this year. Power play goals, let's see. Harrison Cass actually has 3 power play goals this year. It's half of his scoring total. Austin Charnholm also has 3. Andrew Lee has 6 power play goals this year. And a couple of guys with 1 and 2 as well. So it's just a potent power play.
Yeah, I remember the year I played, Lee came in halfway through the season and immediately was on the first power play unit. I mean, he has such an eye for openings when he's on the power play and just knows where to be and where to put the puck. And, I mean, you can tell by those stats. It doesn't surprise me at all that he has that many points. And as you can tell, he's starting the period now on the first power play unit. So it's going to be interesting to see what damage they can do.
So second period, all set and underway. Trevor shot immediately with the puck, immediately shooting and goes behind the net. A couple of Ducks will go to dig it out. Now they'll work it back up top to Charnholm. Slid across now to Berg. Back down low for Lee and back to Berg. And across to Charnholm, Warrenberg again. Lifted the stick up and put it back down. Plays the pass instead to Trevor Schott. Back to Berg, quick pass to Charnholm. Thought about the one-timer, back to Berg. Back down low to a shot and sent wide, but Berg will keep it alive for Andrew Lee. Still on the puck is Andrew Lee. Now Trevor Schott in the corner. Up to Charnholm. Shot through traffic, rebound. Lee can't quite get it on his stick though, but now he's able to control it and he'll slide it back up top to Charnholm. Quick shot, knocked down, still loose. Chance to clear for Western Washington, but Austin Charnholm picked the pocket and then sent it across for Lee, who couldn't get a shot off, and now it's cleared. It's the first time I think the puck left the zone. So that entire carryover power play, Bucks not able to get a goal, but they had some good looks. Past Morrison and chance for Western Washington, turned aside, goes high off the boards. Strategos will pull it back and then tried to get a shot for himself, but lost it going through the forest.
Looks like Schultz is a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, he will make his way to the bench. And shot saved. Then a hit thrown. Puck will squirt back all the way out to the blue line and fell for Western Washington in front. And Park seeing that one the whole way and snags it. We'll keep an eye out for Zach Schultz. Not sure what happened.
Yeah, I just saw him hunch over in the corner right after the play. I didn't necessarily see anything hit him, but obviously something happened because he's in a bit of distress on the bench. So hopefully that's nothing too major, and we can see him back in a couple shifts.
Western Washington trying to set up behind the net. Jack Garrity, it's a good job there to reach in for it on defense. Nathan Lutz tries to backhand it out. Gamble keeps it for Western. And a save from Grayson Parks. .26 left, period 2. Top unit out there for the Ducks. Off the stick of Andrew Lee, deflected, and still going to be icing. It was deflected the wrong half of the red line. 17-14 left in the period. Ducks can't change. Don't think they really would have, though. Group just went out there. And Andrew Lee will take the face-off for the Ducks. And coming away with it is Lee. A lot of speed, Andrew Lee. And he'll just go into the corner and send it back out towards Garrity, but missed him. Goes all the way to Parks, and the Ducks will have to start over again. Here's Jack Garrity, plenty of speed in his own right. Poked away from him. Pulled it back, though. Lee and Trevor Schott will chase this one. And deflected up into the net, or into the Ducks bench rather. 16:34 left, second period.
Yeah, Lee is such an exciting player to watch. I mean, as you saw in the last play, the explosive speed he has is it's phenomenal. And he just goes from 0 to at the other end of the ice in just a couple seconds. And it is so lethal as a forward to have speed like that. And that could very well explain why he's in the top 50 in scoring.
Here's Poltz. Shot, never got there. Thrown toward goal though by Lutz. Now came right back for Nathan Lutz. tried to find, I think that's Charnholm there. So this is a different group. Charnholm, Fortney, and Lutz. Backhanded bouncing puck snagged out of the air. That one was dangerous. And I think Charnholm just got stuck in the middle of a line. No, he's going to stay out there, so we'll keep this Lutz, Fortney, Charnholm line together. Deflected in front and still kept alive by the Ducks. Warren Berg throws it a goal wide. Charnholm backhanding it into the slot, but no one there. Berg will chase after it and get there. Pressure on him from the Vikings, though. Plays back to his D partner, Poltz, who starts behind the net. And Western Washington able to get a shot off there as they took the puck away, but Grayson saw it the whole way, never really challenged him. And penalty coming up. It's going to go against Western Washington, so Grayson Parks heads to the bench. Remember, in the ACHA, if you score on the 6-on-5, you still get your power play. Drop back for Poltz, now across. And that one's going to be touched by Western Washington, so power play will start in earnest now with 15:10 left in the second period. Sticking the call against Robison. Not a typo, Robison. I think I spent half the series last year just assuming that his name was Robinson.
It's always a tough penalty, high sticking. A lot of times it's unintentional, but it's one of those that you got to call, especially when it. Luckily, in this league, everyone has either a cage or a bubble on, but that can be an expensive dental bill.
Yes.
If you don't have some protection. I've in recent years graduated to adult league, and we're allowed to wear visors in that league, and I've seen a fair share of people get sticks and pucks to the face, and it's not a pretty sight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've never been one to play either ice or roller without a full cage. It just, it's not worth it for me.
No.
I can't afford to take any pucks to the face. And there is Zach Schultz back out there, so that's great to see. Maybe just a little shaken up earlier, but looks to be moving around fine, and he's right in front, and he comes away with the puck, throws it. Now throws it towards Rendell. I thought he'd taken a shot there, but I guess not. Rendell came away with it. Rendell to Garrity. Garrity shooting, looking for that high near post, but knocked away. Rendell comes away with it. Now Cass. Garrity looking for maybe a deflection from Zach Schultz in front, and he's really good at those deflections, is Zach Schultz. There is Cass. Across to Rendell. Throwing it goal and wide, and Cass collects. Zach Schultz, quick pass right back to Cass, now across, and Schultz will collect it again. Shooting high and wide. Good look though, and collected by Rendell. Send across for Cass, one-timer off the post. And now cleared by Western Washington. Again, that was like 1 minute and 45 seconds before Western Washington's able to get it clear on that power play. The Ducks haven't been scoring on the power play tonight, but make no mistake, it still looked good. Here's Garrity behind the net. Around to Fortney, 13:10 left, and we're back to five-a-side hockey. Loose in front, and they score!
Great tip in there by Estrada, just ready for the puck to get kicked out once it goes to the net, and it's just an easy tap and back door.
It's a Dom Estrada goal. Love to see that. Don't get to call his name too often in that regard, but
If I'm not mistaken, that very well might be his first goal of the year, which is great to see for him. Strada is a senior this year, so always nice to get the goals in your last year.
And there's a penalty coming up against the Ducks right in front of the net. Clearing space, but it's interference against Seabass Ulloa with 12:46 left.
Looks like they're calling an unsportsmanlike conduct on that, slamming the stick inside the box.
Come on, man. So that turns 2 into 4 for Ulloa. I mean, I get what the ref is saying. He slammed his stick against the box, but that for me falls under the category of come on.
Yeah, that's to penalize a team for 2 minutes and potentially change the outcome of a game for something that is harmless.
And there's a great save from Parks, but not a second one as it was loose and just chopped in. So, okay, well now it's a 2-minute minor.
And that's exactly what we were talking about, is instead of now it being 5-on-5, them scoring that quick goal, Ducks will still be on the penalty kill, which is never a good situation for them.
So 3-1 the score now. Western Washington still on the power play thanks to the unsportsmanlike call. Behind the net, Ducks have it shorthanded, and we've scored a few shorties this year, this Ducks team. But that's really Connor Hornline's specialty. He's not out there. And offside go the Vikings. Sent the length of the ice. Clear by the Ducks on the penalty kill. And they nearly had a chance to spring shorthanded, but Western Washington got the puck back. Great job from Garrity there. Puck glued to his stick. Now he goes into the corner. Schultz chases after it, but Western Washington comes away with it. A little bit of a rush here maybe on the power play. And that one is cleared and stays in the rink. That looked like that was going to leave the playing surface for a moment. Right in front for Schultz. A second chance for Schultz. Couldn't finish it. Fortney throws it a goal, looking for the deflection from Garrity. Into the corner. Good sustained pressure, short-handed here from the Ducks.
They've had quite a few chances. It's almost looked like a power play at some points.
Another shot from Western. Goes wide, picked up by the Ducks. Send the length of the ice. Fortney's going to get there and pulls it back. Caillou Morrison wanted it, but Fortney couldn't get it to him. Schultz behind the net, back to even strength now. Backhanded there to the blue line from Morrison, thrown towards goal, deflected loose, and Fortney comes away with another shot at goal and another save made. This is a really good netminder for Western Washington.
Stayed calm under pressure for sure. Even on that last play with Schultz, who on the shorthanded, on the penalty kill for the Ducks, had that chance in front of the net, and on that rebound, he still stayed with it and was able to kick out the save. So definitely doing his job.
Send around, and Lee will pull that one back. Western Washington across the blue line. Trevor shot, flipping it toward goal. Loose puck still. Now Garrity toward goal off the crossbar. Castle chop at it to keep it alive for the Ducks. And now a chance for Western Washington to come away with it. Send it length to the ice. They may have a chance here. A shot, nice save, Grayson Parks. Flipped up ice. Now back across to the neutral zone. Andrew Lee shooting wide.
Then on that last play when we saw Garrity ringing off I believe it was the crossbar, it was really good to see his patience on that play. I know I played a little bit of defense in my career, and when you get the puck at the point like that and you see no one in front of you, a lot of times you want to just wind up and take a slap shot, but he did a great job of cutting to the middle, opening up a lane, and almost scoring a goal.
And Berg now with the puck on his stick. Scharnholm. Puck flutters up again and again stays in the rink. Lutz just across the red line backhands it in. Now Fortney trying to get it in the corner. Morrison digging for it as well. And Lutz sends it back around. Here's Charnholm. Shooting. That sounded like that might have hit pipe as well. Western Washington will clear, and that's going to be icing against the Vikings. With 7:34 left in the second period.
And that's nice, especially for Western Washington with the short bench, to have that icing rule not keep them on the ice. They can ice it and still make the line change, which is not the same as the NHL.
Well, they're not supposed to be able to in the ACHA either. Did they let him make a change?
I believe so. I thought I saw a couple players go off.
I know, that particular rule does still exist here, but...
Okay, interesting.
Washington used to be very loose in the way they followed that rule. I'll leave it at that. But no, unless that's changed this year.
That's interesting. I know a lot of leagues it differs, but it is good to hear then that ACHA has that in.
Well, and I think to be fair to Western Washington tonight, you could probably let him change.
Yes. Yeah.
It ain't that serious.
Yeah.
Here's Rendell. Lee's crunched into the boards, but Garrity came away with it. He shoots, rebound, scores! Jack Garrity, 4-1. So it's back to a 3-goal lead for the Ducks. Jack Garrity gets his own rebound.
was a really good play. Initially on the play, Garrity tried to shoot through the screen, and I know that's a classic Austin Matthews move to pull it back, do the toe drag, and then try to fire it through the legs, and didn't work, but he stuck with it and ended up tapping it in backdoor.
And here come the Ducks again. Backhander for Schultz is saved. Strategos looking to play a hit there, but does a good job of holding up a little. And they can't get by Jack Garrity. Penalty coming up against the Ducks. Looks like roughing is the call against Peyton Barkley.
Yeah, and that play has been getting both teams a lot tonight. Just either interference or in this case being called roughing, where players hitting the other player who doesn't have the puck. And obviously that is an issue, and the Ducks are down because of it. It is nice to see the Ducks keep that theme of physicality, though, however, after the very physical series last weekend against Long Beach.
Yeah, that was one where it felt like I was going to need an ice bag by the end of it. A lot of extracurriculars in that series, and I think the Ducks are just glad to be out of that without any injuries or suspensions.
Yes.
Here's Lutz with a chance. Nathan Lutz, breakaway kicked aside. And then Zach Schultz lost an edge going for the rebound. But there's a reason he lost that edge. He was tripped up. And we're going to go to 4-on-4.
It's always the worst when you have a clear shot to the net and the entire way the puck is rolling on you. And you could tell it just takes that focus that you would have on, thinking about making your move, and instead you're trying to get the puck to settle down.
Kicked around just past Berg, but he got it right back. Ducks back on side. Now Andrew Lee, nice fake, but they go off. Too nice a move from Andrew Lee, and he took the play offside as a result. 5:37 left, second period. 4-1 the score. Ducks have led by 3 goals twice. And now Poltz, and actually it's just going to be Berg to come away with it. Now Lee shooting, deflected up into the netting.
There's that speed we were talking about earlier.
A good point in the comments, Daphne, because Travis Green did get hurt last weekend. So the Ducks goaltender.
That's right.
On kind of a really unfortunate fluky play, but certainly did not mean to forget about Travis there. Did see him at the game today, but does not look like he's going to be dressed anytime soon. Here's Trevor's shot. Nice pass to Feinberg, and the shot kicked into the corner. Lou's still in front, bouncing. Can they pull it back to get a shot? Poltz across for Charnholm. Makes a nice move. Then a one-timer for Poltz, and they score.
Great read by Charnholm. That was a really phenomenal look to find Poltz.
It's 4:39 left in the period. line. Strata goes behind him, but Ducks will hop back on the puck. Now they're on the power play for about 30 seconds. And the 4:20 mark of the second period. Pass taken away from him and a chance for Western Washington, but that chance disappeared as quickly as it materialized. As Connor Rendell used his body to take the play away from Western Washington. Caromed around the net again. And there is number 18 involved once more is Connor Rendell. Back to Cass. Shooting, loose puck. There for the rebound, but put wide. Now Cass, but just trying to find maybe Schultz there and Western Washington's number 21, that's Cameron Smith, got in the way of it, and here's Garrity. Garrity with some speed. He's going to get a shooting opportunity, diving, and great play defensively there. Knocked that puck away without taking a penalty. Holtz now gearing. Shot, rebound is there, backhanded from Schultz, and save made.
Yeah, really great defensive play by the Western Washington defender. A lot of times on those, you see the defenseman trip up the forward to prevent him from getting to the net, but that was one of the few times where he stripped the puck without taking a penalty. So, well done by him.
So, there's McDonald for Western Washington. Nice job to step in front of that for the Ducks. It's Warren Berg, then finding Poltz again, shooting again, but kicked wide. Estrada, Freitag, Gearing, the forwards out there. It's a line that's scored tonight. Poltz on the puck. Backhanded into the neutral zone. Estrada trying to come away with it. Instead, it's Western Washington the other way. Gamble making a nice pass. Great save, Parks. Cut down the angle. And Poltz hops on it now. Sends it up for Freitag. He's knocked down as he backhands it just across the red line. Vikes come away with it. Freitag using the body loose, and now just cleared out in front from the Ducks. And shouldered down from Parks. Warren Berg will play it off the boards, trying to flip it forward for Trevor Schott. Now Andrew Lee off the boards for Rendell, and look out, here's the big three. But taken away, good job from Western Washington. Trevor Schott on the puck through traffic, and now finally it's knocked away from Trevor Schott, and he just gave a death stare to the defender that knocked it away from him. Ducks still on the puck. We got a penalty coming up. It's going to go against Western Washington. So the slash there, that might have had something to do with Trevor Schott's death stare to the defender. But the Ducks get the call. They're on the power play again. Second time that they're going to potentially end the period on the power play and start the next one. But here's Andrew Lee looking for a deflection from Fortney. Goes into the corner instead. Now Trevor Schott. Fortney back to Schott. Rebounds there. Shot again for Fortney, but just couldn't get his stick on it. and chopped up and out of play with 124 seconds left in the second period of a 5-1 game.
It's really interesting to see the Ducks formation on the power play. They run a version of a high umbrella, and as you can tell, it's incredibly effective, and they've had a lot of success with it tonight. It really allows you to just spread out the ice and use as much of it as you can when you're on the power play, and that gets to the goalie to move and creates chances.
It's a clear for Western Washington, probably the earliest in the power play clear that they've had tonight. And now Fortney. Knocked down by Shaw, sent to Charnholm, and then he tried to send it across. Shaw couldn't find it, and that's going to do it for the second period. After 40 minutes of play, the Ducks 5, Western Washington 1. Any closing thoughts before we go to break?
They looked good. They've really stuck with their game that they had in the first period, and I think if they keep doing what they're doing, again, it's going to be a really controlled and solid game. I think they look great, and it'll be interesting to see what they bring in the third period.
Alrighty, well, we will go to break. I will just keep it a silent intermission for you tonight. We'll not have that music playing for you. So 5-1 the score at the end of 40 minutes, and we will be back for the third period. back with you for the third period. No intermission music this time. I'm sorry I didn't pick up on what people were saying exactly in the comments faster. I didn't realize that the music was actually playing the entirety of the second period, and no one's ever commented on the intermission music before, so I thought people were just getting really tired of hearing it during the long break, and I had never seen anyone react that way to it before. Now I understand. That does get a little bit old for an entire period of actual hockey, so should not be playing now. And again, my apologies. I think you'll probably all be hearing that for the next forever. Every time there's a quiet moment, I've just imprinted it in your minds. I do like that theme in its proper context, but 20 minutes of it would get a little old. So 20 minutes left. 4-goal lead for the Ducks. What do you want to see in this final frame?
Just stick to their game as they have been for the first two periods. And just, again, I've said it over and over again, but I'm going to say it again. That team play is so important. And so far tonight, we have not seen the players going for, points nights and stuff like that. So I think if they stick with that, they're going to hopefully take out a W at the end of this 20 minutes.
Yeah, you want a dub, and you do want to get a little greedy if you can, because, and this goes a little bit counter to what you were just saying. You don't necessarily want to be popping in goals, but you also do, because in the ACHA there's a couple of components to the computerized rankings. Actually, not very much of it is just win and loss. That really only inputs a little bit to it. Then it's how much did you win by, up to 7 goals per game, and then it's strength of schedule. So
that's a really
5-1 win and a 7-2 win, a 8-1. The more you can pop in and up to that 7-goal margin, it does help you more, and it's an entirely computerized ranking. So you just need to give it the data it wants. There's Cass with it. Thought about a shot. Pulls it back. Backhands it into the dangerous zone. Rendell comes away with it. Dropped it back for Garrity. And now it's going to be cleared by Western Washington.
Yeah, I think another key to the third period, too, is that defensive effort. They have been really strong defensively so far, only giving up 1 goal against a team that's looked fairly good so far through 2. So keep that up, and good things will happen.
Holtz threw it at the net, deflected. We're back to 5-a-side. Jack Rogowski, number 16. I don't think I've called his name yet tonight. Sticked away by Parks, goes into the corner. McDonald there for Western Washington. Rogowski in, using the body to create possession for the Ducks. And then Rogowski out there with Lee and Schultz. So there's a unique line. And Shots out there as well. So Rogowski now back to a defensive spot with Payu Morrison as his D partner, and then Lee, Schott, and Schultz out there. Western Washington moves away with it through the neutral zone. It's McDonald, but lost the puck. Up for Schultz. And he'll send it in. Ducks go for a line change. McDonald picks it up for Western Washington. He's been all over the place And White, number 48. Here's Nathan Lutz in front. What a pass! And then trying to find Charnholm. And a nice save made.
Yeah, what
from
a
this
save.
Western Washington goaltender, Jake Holden.
Really stretched out on that. Got as far out with that arm as he could and was able to make that save.
The numbers don't leap off the page at you for Jake Holden. A .438 goals against, an .888 save percentage, but he's playing every bit like a real good netminder tonight.
That's one of the tough things about this league is from team to team you have such a varying distribution of talent, and so especially for a goaltender, you can be a phenomenal goaltender, but if you're playing a team like Boise, it's always going to be a tough night for your numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know who played in which games for Western Washington, but when you look at their roster, at their schedule, they played Eastern Washington close. They split with Eastern. They lost to Boise, but they only gave up 7 goals total over the 2 games. But then they play a Montana State team, and they give up 18 goals over 2 games. And I think those numbers probably have a little bit to do with why Holden's goals against average maybe is not a super fair reflection on the talent he has between the pipes, because that's a really good netminder.
That would do it, yeah. I've heard a lot of really good things about Montana State's program. In fact, Peter Dubai, one of the a former NHL goaltender, he played for the Kings and the Lightning for a little bit, is actually their goalie coach now. So
oh, really?
For a club team to have a former NHL goalie backing them is huge for them.
Huge for what he brings to behind the bench, huge for what that can bring just to recruiting.
Yes. And
it's
of
a guy
course,
you want to play for.
huge for what it can do to other teams' goaltenders' stats.
Yes. Freitag tries to clear, but McDonald gets to it at the point. Lots of McDonald's for Western. Mark McDonald, number 16, and Campbell McDonald, number 48. And I believe their coach is a McDonald as well. I would have to assume there's some relation there. Estrada with a shot that goes wide. He's hungry, looking for number 2 tonight. Also always looking for the big hit. He put the brakes on a little bit there, but he nearly had a large one. And here's one of the 2, Max Donald. And the other McDonald is sent to the ice. Harrison Cass for Freitag. And the Ducks will get a line change. Just barely. Western Washington played the puck. One linesman had his arm up for icing. We just keep going. And here's a chance for Western Washington if they can keep the puck on the stick, but just moving a little bit too fast for Lucas Fenton, number 26 in white. 14:10 left, third period. Still 5-1. Now right in front of the Ducks bench, Trevor Schott tried to flip it forward. Western took it for a moment, but then the Ducks take it right back. There's Rendell. Rendell for Lee. Back for Schott. Ends up going to the blue line. Sent in and kicked to the corner. Rendell will collect it. Rendell and Morrison digging at it, and it goes behind the Western net, and they take possession. Off the boards, trying to get it by Rogowski. Jack doing everything he can to win possession back for the Ducks. They get it. Andrew Lee with it on his stick. Now Rendell behind the net. Tried to find Lee. Now gets it to him. And Trevor Schott on it temporarily behind the net, but gets it right back now. Still it's Trevor Schott. Waiting, shooting, or maybe a pass for Lee, but didn't get through to him. Back up to Rogowski, looking for shot, but behind him. He does collect it. Makes a nice move, still on the puck. Now behind the net is Rendell. Back to Rogowski. Shot was blocked by a feet of Andrew Hoytnik. There's a fun name. Hoitink. Hoytnik, I think. Parks on it. Quickly for Rendell. Quickly up to Lee. And Rendell lost his stick trying to get after that one. Good break for Western Washington. And now they'll chase it up ice. Deflected into the netting and never challenged Parks.
Earlier in that last play, Rendell had a really good drive. It's much appreciated as a winger when you have a center who cuts down the middle of the ice, pushes back to the defenders as much as they can go, and then dishes it out to the side. It gives you time and space, and a lot of times lead to scoring opportunities, so job well done by him.
A little over 12 left, third period. Here's Poltz. Shot and a save from the Western netminder. Boyven trying to send it across for Western. Still in their own zone of the Vikings. And they'll flip that one down. Line of the referee, arm up for icing, but other linesman waves him off. Interesting, I'll just throw this out there. You could hear that linesman saying no ice. Before the Ducks took the ice in Medford when they had their home game down there was a referee clinic. And one of the things that the instructor referee said is you should never say no ice because you can confuse a player that only hears ice. He was telling everyone just to say no or something else along that line. I'd never really given that much thought, but it's stuck with me since then, and every time I hear no ice now, I think of it.
It's very interesting. I could definitely see how that can confuse players. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when it can end up with the other team having the puck in your defensive zone.
If you've never gotten a chance, by the way, to just kind of be a fly on the wall, the one guy in the arena during a referee clinic, always entertaining to see like 15 sets of zebras out there and varying skating abilities, and you can kind of tell who's going to make it and who might not, but it's always fun. I've seen that twice, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I got I reffed for 1 year when I was probably around 10 or 12, and thank God that only lasted 1 year because I was not qualified.
It's a hard job.
It's a hard job.
Somebody's got to do it. There's a collision right in front of the scorer's booth, and Harrison's Cass stick got stuck in the midsection of a Western Washington player. We all come away from each other. Western trying to send it in, and they're just not getting good shots off, and you have to get a good shot off to beat that goalie. Flipped up, and again, that one will be icing.
Man, Estrada had a full head of steam there. Would have been a very big hit if that whistle didn't get blown. I'd say the one word to describe Estrada is explosive. Once he, off the line, he's just got so much power, and even in the boards, it's crazy to watch him and to play against him and with him. He's a human wrecking ball out there.
Freitag going to try to win that one behind the net. Takes a hard fall into the boards. Good to see him pop right back up. That's always a scary moment when you see someone go skates first into the boards like that. Seen that movie a lot, and it doesn't always end well. Backhanded by Estrada or Gearing, and this group has had some really good chances for the Ducks tonight. .854 officially, 8:56 officially left in the third. Trevor's shot off the face-off win from Andrew Lee, but then poked away, and Western goes the other way. Right in front of the Duck bench, taken back by Trevor. Trying to get it to Lee, and also has Rendell out there. Western does a good job of making life difficult for Trevor, but they can't quite take the puck away yet. And now Rendell will get there at the blue line. Deflected toward goal. Good quick stick and a good save from the netminder with 8:27 left in the third.
It's one of the things I love to watch about Schott is his ability to slow down the game. When you talk about, effective players, especially in this league, oftentimes the first thing that comes to mind is their speed, and it's kind of the opposite with Schott. He always likes to enter the zone a little bit slower, slow the game down, and make proper plays from that state, and it works so well.
Here's Boyven, the former general, sending it across ice. Not able to find a teammate. The Ducks take possession. Paiute Morrison. Schott had it for a moment, but then the Vikes go the other way and poked away by Rogowski. Morrison still, and then Rogowski on it. 7:50 left, third period. Andrew Lee to Warren Berg, but through his legs, I think, and Western will chase after it. Berg got there and had to turn and take himself into the boards. Here's Poltz. Nice move from Poltz, and just didn't have the finishing product. But he finds the puck there, he scores! It's a nice roll for Austin Poltz to get the puck right on his stick there, and it's 6-1.
Good look from the point there. I'm not 100% sure if that was a clear shot to the net or it may have been tipped by another player. It did take a weird path to the net, but regardless, that makes it 6-1 for the Ducks.
Fortney for Warren Berg. And deflected up into the netting. 7 minutes and 1 second left in the third period. Around to Garrity, looking for the deflection from Charnholm. Now Nathan Lutz behind the net. Tried to one-timer set up a pass for Fortney. Charnholm on it. Shot, save made, goaltender. Nice job again from Holden.
The Ducks have done a really great job of utilizing their points tonight, and that's where we've seen probably half the goals come from, is just
Garrity!
Shots like that.
7-1.
Talk about timing.
Yeah, you're good at this.
Thank you. Yeah, what a one-timer there. Didn't even hesitate. Just wound up and put one home.
That is 2 for Jack. 2 for Poltz as well. The race to the hat trick begins. And if either one of them can find a hattie, that's the magic 7-goal spread we talked about. There's Strategos deflected up into the netting. Fun fact about Isaiah Strategos, I went to the I think it was one of the non-conference Duck football games this year. I'm wearing my Duck hockey jersey. I sit next to this guy. He asks me about, where'd you get your sweater? And I go into pitch mode, as I usually do, because, a lot of people don't even know there's a team. And it turns out it was Isaiah, and he was just like 1 day away from trying out for the team. So, one of 60,000 chance, and ended up sitting right next to him.
There we go.
Here's McDonald. Shot, nice save, Parks. It's another great nickname they picked for Jack Garrity. Moose for the big Alaskan. .5:45 left, third period. Deflected up off some bodies, but stays in play there, just in front of the Ducks bench. Now here's Strategos. Strategos with Schultz dropped it back for Zach Schultz. Shot blocked.
Yeah, great play by the Western Washington defender on that. Not only did he block the shot, but he also took away the passing lane, which is pretty much the best way you can play a 2-on-1.
And into the neutral zone, Estrada will come away with it. Flips it forward, then chases after it, and again will come away with the puck here. Tries to get it into the slot for maybe Gearing, I think. Couldn't get a shot through, though. Now Warren Berg in the neutral zone. Here's Dom again. Shooting again, but blocked. Fell to Gearing. His shot also blocked. Now Boyven sending it across. He intercepted Estrada, but then he's knocked off the puck. Right back to Warren Berg, though. 4:39 left, third period. Freitag will chase after it. Loose puck, and Freitag get there, and kicked away by Western. Then they'll send it skyward, knocked down by Warren Berg. Ducks have to get back on side, and instead they'll just shoot it in and go for a line change. Under 4:20 left, third period. Andrew Lee with Estrada just on side. Here's Lee backhanding high and wide. Estrada out there until he can find a line change. There's a big hit, Dom Estrada. And now he goes to the bench, so Trevor Schott will hop on, and the full first unit out there. Western in transition. Can't get by Paiute Morrison. Nice play defensively from number 12 in green. With 3:34 left in regulation. 7-1 the score. That shot goes wide. Trevor Schott picks it up, now to Rendell. Just couldn't quite handle it cleanly. Western takes it back. Knocked into the corner. Now Rogowski will flip that around the boards. All the way back into the neutral zone for Western. 3 minutes left. Here's Trevor Schott across one-timer. Backhanded. Ducks will pick it up. Here's Lee. Good pass for Lee to shot, but his shot blocked on its way through. 2:18 left, third period.
I'm not sure if the live stream picked it up, but you could hear Trevor Schott calling for the puck in the middle of the ice there. And just that alone was enough for Lee to pick his head up and look back in the slot and create a chance in the offensive zone. It's so useful being a player and having the other players on your team talk to you when you're out there.
And diving on that one, the goaltender Holden with 1:56 left. it at goal wide. Have to like the effort tonight from Western Washington. And I mean, I know it's 7-1, the Ducks with a large lead, but Western has been kind of in this game at times, and they've shut the Ducks down for little stretches here. It took 13 minutes in this third period for the Ducks to find their 6th goal, and it's always tough when you're on the road in the ACHA and you've driven down for 5 or 6 hours before you're playing the game, but then you add to that the short bench that Western has had, and they've showed a lot of heart tonight, and they played a really good game.
Yeah, the score is definitely a little bit deceptive in that regard because they like you said, have played a very solid game, and they have not had a shortage of chances on their end. I think a lot of it is Parks, as always, having a very solid game in net.
Here's a chance, though, for the Ducks. This one's Garrity, and it's sent wide.
Especially for the Western Washington goalie as well. We talked about his stats a little bit earlier. And again, the score being a little deceptive because I do think he's had a phenomenal game, and he's still on his head at times for sure.
I mean, he's got to have made probably 30 saves at least tonight.
Yeah.
If not 40.
The shots through screens, like especially from the point, are always near impossible to save as a goalie because you're getting half the time you normally do to react to the shots because there's so many people in front of you.
So under 30 seconds now. Estrada finds Brian Freitag. He'll turn and shoot off the top of the goal. Estrada collects it. Western comes away with it with 10 seconds left. Berg tried to chop it at goal. One last chance, maybe. And that's just going to go behind the net, and that will do it for 60 minutes of hockey tonight. The final score in this one, Oregon 7, Western Washington 1. Any closing thoughts?
I think it was a really good defensive effort from the Ducks. Not even so much, I mean, obviously the defensive zone coverage they had was phenomenal as they only lost 1 goal to Western Washington, but mainly the defensive production for the Ducks was phenomenal. I think at least 4 goals came from shots from the point and defensemen, so it was really good to see some of the defensemen get points tonight.
We will do it again tomorrow night, a late start. Tomorrow night we'll be with you through the night for Game 2 of this series and our last game of the 2019 calendar year. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Kieran and Galili, my name is Isaac Rosenthal. Have a pleasant rest of your evening.